just, yeah.
I can't zoom.
What do you mean you can't zoom?
Yeah.
And you're recording.
Okay, I'm recording now, and let's see.
Sorry, Ernstl.
I'm glad she took me along to run the camera.
Come, sit down.
Okay, wait a second.
Sit down and eat first something before you do anything. And then
You sit, otherwise it gets cold.
Sorry.
Yeah, hello. Come eat.
Okay, I think.
Boy.
Das ist sein Boy.
Frohe Weihnachten und ein glückliches neues Jahr. Wow.
Oh, is this a nice boy?
Nice boy, ja. Ja, good looking. So war genau so. Sie hat mir Picture geschickt, genau so war
You forgot already?
Der Vater.
I can't, you know, my problem is not that I can't read German. I can read German really pretty well. And I can understand almost everything,
Schlecht geschrieben.
everything that, except the most document, you know, or English or German. But I can't understand the handwriting. Gesundheit, I can read. Vor allem
Eigentlich
im
nicht.
neuen Jahr.
Because
Ja.
der Otto hat die Beute geheiratet. Und von der Beute ist das eine Schwester.
Der Otto ist ein Bruder.
Ja, aber er hat geheiratet eine und das, die Steffi war die Schwester. So, sie sind ist er kein Verwandter.
So Steffi was
Was der Beute
was-
ihr
was,
Schwester.
so
My
that's
sister-in-law.
your sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
she is.
Had you been? Well, no. It's a little.
It is a relationship.
It's a convoluted
Ja,
relationship.
ja, es ist und ist nicht.
Had you been friends with her before,
Oh, yeah.
Steffi? Before you married? Had you known each
Yeah.
other before you
Very
married?
sure we know each other before. We
Well,
know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We know.
Oh, yeah.
Before I was married, Otto was married to Poldi. And Otto was
is
sein
the
Bruder.
brother.
Yeah.
So we came together and sie war die Schwester so
In other words,
Steffi.
that's how you met him?
No.
No.
No, just again. hanging
So
out.
Steffi came to her sister visiting. So
Yeah, but who was the original connection?
The origin connection.
What do you mean
And I-
connection?
What I'm
What do you
saying
call
is,
connection?
what I'm saying,
No,
well,
I
if
went
you're-
with her
who-
to my brother. I went with her to my brother.
okay, so the two of you were dating and you went to visit your brother,
Yeah.
and you took her
Yeah.
along,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he was there with his wife,
Yeah.
and
And
her
his sister.
sister
And
came
her
and visited.
sister.
Okay, that's okay.
So and she was a dressmaker and she was working for me. She did
So in other words, you became a client relationship and a friend.
It's a friendship.
Yeah.
Just a friendship.
Yeah, yeah,
Very good friend.
yeah.
Okay.
And then she got married. She divorced, and we met when Hitler came.
I mean, you met when Hitler came.
I met her when Hitler came once. I went to her. She should make something for Tammy. She was sewing. So I went to her and she told me about her divorce and everything.
You mean you hadn't seen her through those years?
I saw her once in a while, but very
What years are we talking
Very-
about? When are we talking about here?
The 39.
This
38,
one,
39.
38.
38
But you had originally met her when?
Oh
Oh,
yes, I
before.
met her.
years ago.
As often they had something on.
Yeah, but when we're,
Every-
well, I
every
don't, but you
holiday.
see, that's one of the things that I don't know in the family is when each person met, how each person, you know, when you were married, when you met each other, when was
met
this
each
all
other.
taking,
Oh.
when was this all taking
In the-
place?
When he got married,
Yes, that's not an
You don't
unreasonable
know?
question, no.
No, I don't know myself.
uh,
59 years ago.
Good grief.
at the 1931.
Well, that would add up to 59 years ago.
Yeah, 31 we
1931.
got married.
Yeah.
Sure.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. When,
Yeah.
When's your anniversary?
Yeah.
Yeah, next year.
No, I'm sorry, every year. I
Next
know.
year.
But what month? What's the date?
28
Eight of-
June.
June 28th. Son of a gun. So this coming June, it will be
60.
60
60
years. Son of a
60.
gun. Son of a gun. So in other words, you met her around 1930.
I met her once in a while, and I
Yes,
went to
okay.
her because she was a dressmaker and she made things for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Hitler
Why don't you
came,
sit down? Because
she
this is
was
going.
Yeah.
she was a Nazi too. You know, yeah,
That's.
yeah. She didn't like Jewish people. She always told me. I was the only one she loved. Not only she liked. She fell in love with me, and she was crying bitterly when I left.
Where did you go?
When she left to come here,
I was
Oh, when you.
4
This is
years
after the
with
war.
her.
4 years.
4 years I was with her.
Okay, now that's where I want to step back and for myself, I really should do this because
She
really
was
your order of
hiding
business.
her.
I know that. I think really what happened to me now in this course of this class, to bring you up to
Yeah.
date so you know where I'm coming from, is I took a class this year on World War II. That's a class on military tactics. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing, or little or nothing to do with Hitler. It certainly has
No.
nothing to do with the Holocaust or anything of that nature. The course is taught by a couple of retired Marines.
Mhm.
And it happens that the man who's teaching the course is a retired colonel, I think. His favorite book is the Herman Wouk book called War and Remembrance, and there are a lot of things in that book that not only depict the battles accurately, but deal with the Holocaust and how people escaped and how they didn't escape. And our homework assignment, or our class presentation assignment, was to pick a battle and to report to the class on it. And I had originally picked D-Day, arbitrarily, not because I'm particularly interested in it, but D-Day. And in conversation one day during a break between class, it came up that I had been born in Vienna, and it came up that I had come to the United States in 39. And he got so excited that he started asking me questions about my family and about all of this. Now, I guess if you're a Fordham University graduate Irish American, you don't have that many contacts with that many Jews who were survivors in the first place, and I think to some extent, I don't know whether he's glamorized it or romanticized it, but to make a long story short, he said, don't do a battle, do a presentation about your family.
So you changed it.
And my first reaction to that was not much different from your original reaction to this when you said, what do I know about war? I only know about Hitler.
Yeah.
And my reaction to him was, what does this have to do with...
You were a baby, you were 1 year.
Well, that wasn't
less
so
than a
much the
year
case,
old.
but it was, what does this have to do with the battles?
Yeah.
And he said, I don't care if it has nothing to do with the battles, it's more important, it's real people.
Mhm.
And one of the things that came up is that I know snatches in the last 52 years. I know a little of this, I know a little of that, I know you were hidden, I know you came the long way around, but they're all family myths.
Yeah.
And none of them are focused on, in reality, and as I'm sitting there taking these courses,
Nobody knows.
as I'm
from
sitting
the
there
kingdom
taking this
anything.
course,
No.
No.
I say, wait a second, this fits. This fits with, with this legend, with that legend, with this. I said, no, now I have to find out for real.
Positive.
But from the point of view of, I'm going to make a report on this.
Yeah.
There are 30 people, 25 people who are very knowledgeable in this class about World War II.
Yeah.
They're going to ask me questions that I bet I have an answer to. So, so I have, and answers from real life, not from books.
Uh-huh.
So I know that you were in Vienna throughout the war,
Yeah.
but I don't know what led up to that.
Yeah. I tell you this, short, very short.
Yeah.
I don't make a long.
Oh, make along.
No. No, it was 38.
Yeah.
Hitler came. We went. Bertha was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
she got the baby. I was by her. He was still working for a while. So he came sometimes to Bertha. I was by Bertha, and I made everything with Bertha, and I was.
When you say you were by birthday, you
her
were
house.
visiting with her
No,
or you were living
no,
with her?
I was by her and I did everything. I was cooking and baking and I was with Tommy and diaper and everything, and he went to work because in my house where I was living with him,
In Ruisjeswassen, ne?
we
Yeah.
could not live together anymore.
Aha.
So he was living there and I was living with Bertha.
And Bertha was living where?
In
Schutzstrasnitsky.
Schutzstrasnitsky Gasse, ja, Schutzstrasnitsky Gasse. Dort was Bertha living. She was living till she got her permit to go to America. A year, 1 year she was there still living. Was sich dort abgespielt hat in ihrem Haus, I cannot tell you everything.
No.
But it was just one thing I will tell you. When they knocked on the door and they said, binnen 24 Stunden you have to get out from here.
Out of the apartment or out of the city?
From
Yeah,
Bertha's
at the
apartment.
apartment.
They're saying it to you,
Said to her.
Well,
to all of you.
all of you, we have to get
We
out.
leave the apartment.
To get out. So I was standing to him and I said, where shall I go?
Mhm.
I didn't let anybody to the door, only me. So where shall I go? So he said, that's not our problem, that's your problem. Go in the Donau, go in
In the
wherever,
water.
wherever you want to go, you have to, we will be here, otherwise we take you and you come right away to Dachau.
They
Was
confiscated
it
the
definite?
apartment.
Did you know that it was Dachau in particular, specifically where
Yes.
you would have
Yes,
been
yes,
transported to?
I know what will be, yeah. Yes and no.
Okay.
So I was crying and I was telling we have nowhere to go. And we are here 5, 6 people and a baby. So
The baby
That
was
was
Tommy.
Tommy.
the
Yeah.
baby,
Yeah.
no, the baby was already.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
baby
That
was
was Tommy.
here.
Yeah.
So he said, everybody can say that, I don't believe you, and I tell you again, you have to go out. So I took his hand and pulled him in the house, and I showed, you see the baby? So, Tommy.
Mhm.
So he had some heart and he went out. He didn't say a word. He went out.
Mhm.
So this was. And then they had the Ausreise für America. We went through a lot till to the moment. And they don't let Leo go.
Why
Why?
did they not let
Why? Because they had puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to make it a stopover. And he could not make it.
Who was it that
And consulate,
the American
American
consulate?
consulate, he could not make it. So they say that boy will never come to America.
Okay.
And that was it. So it was awful. It was terrible. We didn't know what to do. So they decided to go without him.
And leave the boy here.
And
Leave
leave the
Leo
boy
with her.
here with me. They took everything out from the
House.
apartment, and we start to make a Ausreise für ihn.
Do you remember when that was exactly?
In 39
Yeah, but when? When the,
After
it's
I
not.
left.
when we left.
After I left already.
Yeah.
I
But
left in
before
38.
I left or after I left?
Oh,
Yeah, you left in 39.
Yeah.
yeah. You left before.
So
You
this
left
was
before.
after I left.
After.
Yeah,
After, yes.
That's all right.
So
Because
after
this came
June,
later.
After
After
June
das
of
Rennen.
39.
Yeah, after, yeah. So
Okay.
we made for him something because we could not come together, we could not live together. And not only that, if somebody would only find out that we are still coming together, so we both
would be
would
the-
go.
That would be the end of it.
Yeah, it would be the end of that. So we made something for him and he went to Sweden. He went to Sweden.
Okay. How did you choose Sweden?
Well, it was a
He had a customer.
customer that was a Swede. He came all the time to.
And
We went on vacation.
And
Vienna,
he said he
everywhere.
should visit him sometimes.
And he was my
He got
customer.
befriended. He got befriended with him.
Yeah.
And he said he should visit him and so. And he came just to Vienna.
Yeah.
It was coincidence that he just
Yeah.
came to Vienna at
Yeah.
that
Came
point.
to Vienna and we talked with him. And I said maybe he could do something for him. He could not do anything for me.
Was it because you?
Because
Be-
he
because-
got the papers he got, and I could not get my paper because
kind
of
of
the
papers?
G.
The passport.
Okay, your papers,
Because
please.
of
So
the
your papers
G.
were intact.
Visa.
Was it an exit visa?
No,
What kind of
we
visa?
couldn't get the. It was just an ordinary visa because I went on vacation.
He went just
So,
to
okay,
visit
so-
him. To
Just to
visit
visit
him.
him,
Otherwise,
otherwise
they
wouldn't
would
get
not let him out because the war. When the war broke out, he had to go.
Was this already? When was this now? What time are we talking about?
In what
Yeah.
year you went to Ghana?
39.
In 39.
Yeah.
39, yes.
Mhm.
So he went to Sweden and I was alone.
Well, because okay, yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
was alone
That friend took him along.
with Leo.
He
with
took
Leo.
you.
Yeah.
He took you along with Leo.
No,
no.
You were alone
I
back in
was
Vienna
alone
with
with
Leo.
I was alone with Leo, yes. In the,
Better
in
left
the
already.
apartment, in the apartment was nothing. Empty apartment, just a crib was there.
How big was the apartment?
from a baby.
Well, they shipped everything here.
No, but I'm saying how big an apartment was it?
Oh,
Relatively
uh,
speaking.
about three
the,
small
rooms.
the janitor was good with me and he said,
It was
as long nobody
A
comes,
kitchen
I
and
will
2
not
rooms.
tell him that you are here.
Mhm.
I will not say anything as long nobody comes. So I was with Leo and I went with him to a psychiatrist and I went with him to a doctor and they tried to do something and
How old was Leo then? About
14,
He was 14.
14 years old. And
He was
I was
handicapped.
3 months with Leo alone and took care of him 3 months. With one shirt, with one, and no money.
And no money.
They
and
left no money, they took everything with them
Yeah.
Mhm.
alone. And I managed somehow. So then, after Leo went,
How did Leo suddenly go?
3 months. Then they
Oh, she had to run to the
to
council.
the council, he back and forth to the council and back him and back
Finally
him.
let him
He
go.
should let him go
Go
again
to his
through that,
parents.
through
Uh-huh,
that.
uh-huh.
So, and he did it.
Yeah.
Nimmt cookie.
Yeah, no, I like bread better.
And
No, there.
So-
So,
Okay.
he did it, and it was the doctor, Dr. Blümel, that was the house doctor from them. He went with him, and he tried to get another council. They changed sometimes. So they changed, and he was talking to the council and told him the story that I'm stuck. I cannot go away because of Leo. And so Leo got a visa. Leo, they gave him the visa and he went to America.
By himself.
No, we find a woman who was from Vienna going too. We found one. and she went with him.
Now
So-
again, just to get this fixed in time, do you know when exactly this was, what time of year, what year it was?
When
Was that when Leo came?
here,
Was that 40 already? Was that 39?
No, it was 40, I think.
no, I cannot remember, but it must have been, was late already because Bertha came in 40.
Bertha came in 40.
Well, we'll go and
Yeah,
ask,
Bertha
put
came
it
in
this
40.
way. Let's not worry about it, we'll
It
go
is-
and ask
it
her.
was the same year.
After Bertha, 3
It was
months
the
later.
same year.
3
The Bertha
months.
came early in the 40s, Leo came later in the 40s.
Leo came
Okay.
in
Yeah.
1940.
And you went to Sweden in 39.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
So
there.
by now,
He
now
was
Leo
So
has
when
left
Leo-
and now,
Leo left, I was alone. All alone. So that was the time when they sent out cards to all the Jewish people to meet in a school.
but your parents were still there.
My parents were
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
Which
did
is,
Uncle
mother.
Pepe, when did Uncle Pepe leave?
Oh, he left.
Oh, he left the
early.
first one. He was
Oh.
in 38.
Yeah.
38, right
He
when
was-
Hitler came, he said, I don't want to stay here.
He
If
left before me.
yeah.
Okay.
Before,
Yeah, he
the
walked over
first,
the border.
He walked over the border
he was
without
the
any
first.
papers or anything like
No
that?
papers,
Just
Only
like
money.
like Sound of Music, right? Only what?
Only money. He
Yeah,
said,
but
"Give
he
me-
was
if
he
you
was
give
put
me
in a
100
lager there, in
100
a
shillings,
working place.
No,
I
but
will
that's,
go. That's what he said. Give me 100 shillings.
Yeah.
And I
from
gave
whom?
him.
Oh,
I
okay.
gave him that and I said, geh gesund und
Okay, so that leaves you, it's 19, well, we must now be,
1938.
we must now be in about the middle of 1940, and
Yeah.
you're the only one
And
left
then-
in
Yeah.
Vienna with
So
your mother
then
and father.
everybody get the cards.
Mhm.
The card. That goes by the streets, or by the alphabet, I don't know. They get cards. I did not have the card
How come?
yet. Because I was living not where my mother was living, the Stadt im 2. Bezirk. You know? With
She
the
was
house.
she was not living in.
It was living in 9. Bezirk, so
It goes after
so-
the
Yeah, but
Bezirk.
I'm not sure I understand. In other words, they didn't get to you yet? Was that what it was? It was?
no, they didn't send me a card yet.
Okay.
First, my mother.
That district, then comes the other
Yeah,
district.
so when my mother got the card, we had no other choice. And they went to the school. In the school they told them, we will make all your papers for
Going out.
out to America. We have our own ships and
Yeah.
we will do everything
Was this
That's
for
what they
you.
told them.
Was this newly, because one of the things that I read in this book was that they, I guess it was the Kultusgemeinde, that they
Die
consolidated,
Kultusgemeinde,
that they then worked
they
originally
worked
for,
together.
right.
They
But then
worked
there was a
all
point at which it
together.
was consolidated and all the efforts that had been directed at helping people
They-
leave were now helping people be deported.
They could not do much.
Okay.
They could not do much. They had tied up their hands.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just tried.
Yeah, that's what the records do
tried.
show.
For themselves. Everybody
Yeah.
tried only for themselves. So they think, yes, when you come, you said, well, we will try, we will do, we will.
They couldn't. They were machtlos.
Yeah,
They
no, they
had
could
no
not do
power
much,
to
the
do anything
Kultusgemeinde.
because they were
So,
under
They
the
said,
direction
you
of,
have to
of the
go.
Nazis.
If you have the card, you have to go there in the school and they will help you. That's what they said, they will help you. So they went to the school and in a few days I was with Tante Mari. Tante Mari was out.
That Tante Mari is the sister from my
my
mother.
mother.
Aha.
She war auch im 2. Bezirk, but I was there and across her was the school, so I could see over to the school. So that's why I went to her and was staying for a while with her. And then ja, die Eltern waren auch, die sind in die Schule und von der School, they went to Poland.
You don't know where in Poland?
Oh yes, I
We
know
know where they
where.
went.
I know
have
where
an
they went.
address even.
And
where they
I-
went.
Do you, with you? I mean, do you know where it is?
Yeah. I know exactly where they went. And from there, then they say that was the end.
Het was not right away there. You see? Oh, that you have to wear.
You know where they went? I got the last address.
Where are you? I can't see.
Die ausgewandert.
I can't.
No, I'm reaching it to
okay.
you.
I can't. Never mind.
See, Ilse, this
Look a brief.
is what they opened up, and they wrote down they're
brief.
ausgewandert.
A
Yeah.
brief.
Das wird es geschrieben.
Aha.
Verfahren. Ja.
Look a brief.
Ja. Well, das ist dasselbe wie die Mrs. Good hat geschrieben, auch solche kleine.
Wer?
Ja. Hier,
Oh, ja.
see this? This is,
Da hast du das Datum. 42.
42.
Da hast
Oh boy.
du. Du siehst, das habe ich mal aufgekommen.
Jude.
That's,
You see,
you caught me by surprise on that one.
Litze, ihre Mutter hat geschickt nach der Schweiz
Ja,
die Karten,
und die haben geschickt.
die
da
haben es
hast
dann hier.
Wem die haben geschickt?
Für
Weißt du?
die Handelsgasse.
So this
Dort
is,
haben sie hingeschickt. Mir die Post.
um,
Da hast
wait a minute, this would be,
42.
yeah, but what, this is August 23rd? Is that an
August
8?
13.
Ja.
August
Wer hat
23rd,
das
1942?
Der Vater.
Aha.
Der Vater. Deine Herzfreundin. Deine Herzensfreundin hat er geschrieben. Herzfreundin
So this came from where?
von Polen.
This, do you know specifically where in Poland?
You want to know where in Poland?
Yes, I
I'll
would
tell
like to know
you
where in
exactly
Poland.
where.
Are these yours? That's
Yeah,
your little
this is
stack.
mine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where in Poland.
Also,
Alles
you got.
Yeah, this is my, wow.
Here's the address. You want it?
Holy smoke. Holy smoke. But
alles.
I can't make out
My father.
these,
Das
tell me the, I
das
can't,
Datum.
I can't make out the writing, the handwriting. I
Was
don't know
willst du
the date.
wissen?
Well, I'm curious about the city.
Vor die,
Yeah, but what city? Where is it postmarked? Where is it
Yeah.
from?
das hat der
See,
Vater
this is
nicht.
in Poland.
Das ist in Polen.
See this? This is the address. That's where they went.
What is this care of H. Schottland?
Das ist gegangen wahrscheinlich über.
Yeah.
Is that, how do you pronounce this?
I think this was Krakow. Das ist Rakow. Das K fehlt vielleicht. Oder gibt's ein Rakow?
Rakow.
Rakow. Rakow.
Reached a million.
I must
Ja, så
Mina-
gehen wir weiter jetzt. Was willst du noch wissen?
Krestovitsi.
Okay, well,
Krestovitsi.
now, they've reported now to this school,
Ja.
and they've,
Und von dort sind sie nach Polen und von
And
Polen
they-
haben sie mir geschrieben noch ein paar Monate noch. Haben sie mir
and you're
geschrieben.
still living in that apartment.
I was still living, but the
Yes,
mail
sir.
came on a different address.
With a different
See?
person. Who is this Vittorio
A
Frigo?
friend of mine, an Italian woman. She was living there,
Uh-huh,
and they sent it to her. But she knows it is for me.
right.
You want to see the address exactly here?
You
Yes.
see?
Okay.
Das ist very genau aufgeschrieben.
Und
This is, you can read this.
Just
It's really
the
good.
Chiche? I don't know how you say it. How would you say it in Polish? I don't know how.
Yes, when I sent money there to the, on this address.
Well, I happen,
The money
well, the
never
thing
got,
that,
they never got the
I
money.
remember being at the American
they
Express
got
office
many
doing this.
packages. They got.
No, I sent them money, but they never got it.
I
But I
sent
do,
them-
I do remember doing this. I remember the process. I remember being there. But that's not the point. Is there a date on this, or is there, yes,
It's
August
eigentlich
16th,
so
1941.
zurückgegeben
That's a while
worden.
already.
What?
Die Mann hat es schon zurückgegeben.
Probably.
It's on Krieg,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, okay, I have a map with me, and I'll check on the map, I'll go through that, I wanna go through that, but that's beside the point. What I wanna know now is, how does Steffi fit in now? When did she begin to fit in? What happened next? You're now there alone.
So I was alone. And I was moving. I had to get out from the apartment
How did you,
because I was alone. I could not stay there in the apartment. And the janitor said, as long nobody comes, you can stay. But somebody came and I have to get out. They didn't ask you what you do. They said it has to be cleaned and somebody will move in. So I went in a park. There was a little park, only for the Jews, a little park. So I went.
so you were all, you were wearing your star at this point. You knew, everyone knew you as being
Yeah.
a Jew.
So I went to the park, and there was a woman alone. She was sitting on a bench, and I sat down to her, and she said, "Where do you live?" And I said, "Here in Schutzgasse, but I have to go out, and I don't know where to go." So she said, "I'm living not far away on Servitengasse, and I have a room there, but I cannot stay alone. And I have somebody living, a woman there, but she's not coming. She got a bundle there, and she's not coming. So if you want, go to the Wohnungsamt, am Wohnungsamt, and maybe if you are lucky, tell them you want to move in with
In the
me.
apartment.
With me. I went to the Wohnungsamt. It's nicht so, man sagt, geh in the Wohnungsamt. You have to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning and stay till
Stay in
8
line.
o'clock till you come, and then it happened that somebody said, "Go get out, I don't want to talk to you." So diesbezüglich I was lucky. Wherever I went, I was lucky. I came there in the Wohnungsamt, and there was somebody there, a Russische war das. So I told her I have to go to get out, and she wanted to take me, and she said, "Come in, and I give you this." And she gave me that, and I moved in with that
With that
woman. Greenberg was her name, Mrs. Greenberg. She was alone too. And I moved in and was living with her a year, maybe, with her. And nobody was
And nobody bothered you.
bothered me. After a year, they said the Jews what are still left have to go to work. So she was she could sew, And she said to me, Erna, du kannst auch nähen.
Sewing.
And I will. It was they made the uniform for soldiers. And she said, I will try to get you in there and we will both go and work. And that's what we did. I went to work and I made the buttonholes, yeah, and they paid a separate room, or everything separate.
So you weren't
The Jews.
bothered as a Jew? And
Well,
no, but I'm
I
saying,
could not go in the
Street and
on street, and I could not go
no, I realize.
in the electrician phone,
yeah,
subway,
street
no
car,
subway,
no street
and no
car.
park, and no.
You were not allowed to do anything.
No.
as a
No, but
Jew.
now, what year we up to now? Is
But-
that 40,
The
42?
way I was living, nobody was living. That I had with
Pins.
pins inside, and if somebody would
Ask,
find me,
yeah.
I would go to Dachau.
That's what I'm asking.
When I went somewhere where not allowed shoes, I took off the pins.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
Then
They
you
wouldn't
did
know.
do that.
I did, yes. I did it many times, not once. And then when I came in my, I put it with on, looking, nobody sees me. Otherwise, that's
And
all.
no one turned you in and no one...
No, that's what I said, I was lucky, no. So I was working for a while and got paid, and I sent packages to Poland every week.
At this point, were you in contact? Did you write
No,
to each other?
he was in America, he was in America.
But you couldn't write...
No, I could not
No.
write to him either. No, to nobody. Sweden auch nicht. No, nobody. So once came, he was writing to me and sending me money. Because I had nothing.
You could receive mail, but you through
I
this...
could not receive, but you see, that
Came
was
through this-
another
okay.
address.
It
So,
went through a different
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
so he,
But these same people, they couldn't mail something out.
no.
Why would that have been stopped?
I would imagine they just would censor the mail, what's
So
going out.
I got a letter from him.
Yeah, well, let me ask you that. Were any of the letters, did you
No.
get indication in any of the letters that you received that the letters had been read, had been opened and read?
Yeah, the censor was
Yeah.
all censor.
All the letters
All
were opened up.
All letters. He
Every
sent
letter.
me money. So I got von weiß ich wer das war, das im Rathaus dort, eine Vorladung. I have to come there, and I came there.
See what they
And
do,
it
and I
was-
don't geöffnet.
Censor. Yeah.
Census.
Holy smokes.
Censor. I
Return.
geöffnet, yeah. Oh,
Can you zoom in on that? Can you
Ja.
get that?
habe ich gekriegt. Einladung. Ich soll hinkommen und ich habe schon gewusst, was, weil er hat
Wait,
Geld geschickt. Er hat mir Geld geschickt.
Wait.
So,
Yeah, okay.
they asked me. I came there. Und jeder, den ich gezeigt habe, die
Yes, it's a
Vorladung,
return to the
Die-
censor.
die haben alle gesagt, nimm damit gleich alleine, nimm damit Zucker. Dort kommst du nicht mehr heraus. Das ist
In
Ärger
Rathaus.
wie die Gestapo und dort kommst du nicht
The
mehr.
same Rathaus that's the restaurant now in the basement,
Oh, yeah.
right? Is that the restaurant?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Rathaus? The Ratskeller.
Radkeller, ja.
Yeah.
So I went there. Kannst du denken, um das Rathaus bin ich vielleicht 10-mal herumgegangen. Before I went in, I could not,
Scared.
I was scared. I will not come out anymore. So I came in. It was a feiner, älterer Mann mit einem Bart, der sich dort besessen. Der hat mir im Mund gelegt, jedes Wort, was ich soll reden. Hat er gesagt, why did you get the money? Who is there? A friend.
send her some money.
A friend, he said. Yes, a friend. Who sent it? Why did he send? You didn't ask for that.
Wow.
Jedes Wort hat er mir im Mund
He told her
hereingegeben.
what to say.
Ausgefüllt, Name, Address, what? Religion.
Religion.
What the religion?
Who,
Jews.
you or the sender?
Me. So he said, she, was ist she? Gottgläubig. You believe on God. Gottgläubig. She. He didn't fill out
Not Jewish.
Jewish. Gottgläubig.
Believe on God.
Yeah.
Gottgläubig means
Gottgläubig.
believe on God.
Gigi, he said. And you didn't ask for that. You didn't know that he will send you. Probably he made you a present. He wanted to do a present. So you're not guilty. Go out.
So,
Bin rausgegangen wie von einer...
Von der hell.
I could not believe, bin gestanden dort bei der Tür. Is it true? That's me? So jemand, eine gewisse Frau Rosenberger, neben das ist mit mir gegangen. She want to know if I come out. So I came out. So was ist gewesen? Nothing. Oh, bist du a lucky girl. Wherever I went.
Why do you think?
Well, it's just a coincidence.
Why do you
Look.
think? Honest.
I
why do you
believe in God.
think? No,
And I believe my Schutzengel. That I had a Schutzengel. I
You
believe
know what
in
is
that.
Oh yes, I know. Guardian
Yeah.
angel.
Guardian
Guardian
angel.
angel.
That's it.
Yeah, I believe. Because wherever I
Excuse me,
went,
Bethany.
I went with Leo. And everybody said, don't take him. Everybody can see that he is not 100%. I took him and I was begging and crying and holding hands, everybody, please. He had to come to his parents, otherwise I cannot come out. I didn't come out anyway, because then
Okay, so now this incident in the Rathaus. Do you know what nationality that man was? This Amt.
No, but he looked to me like an Englishman, a fine man.
Uh-huh,
You know, he was bored and so. Elderly.
Now when do you know when that was by then? Have any idea when that would have been?
Oh yeah, when he went, it was in 42.
Okay. It was in 42. Okay, so,
So
now
then-
we've got a long,
Then
it's a
after
long 3
I
years.
was living there with the woman 2-3 years, and then the cat came in our house.
Mhm,
That means the whole house
mhm.
had to go to the school there. It was a school, and meet there, and then they go to that time. That was the transport direct to the gas chambers.
Mhm.
That was it. No more, you could not stay there like my mother and father. They could stay for a while. But that was direct,
Mhm.
a direct transport, direct to the chambers. That was it. So I got the card.
But did you know that then?
No,
you wouldn't have known that it
no,
was the
I
gas
didn't
chambers,
know.
but you knew
I
that
did
it would
not
be to.
know, But after I found
But
out.
did you know then that it was directly to a concentration camp rather than to
No.
a
No, I did not, because the mother and father
They
was
didn't
still
know
there.
either.
They didn't know either.
Okay.
So I didn't know. So she said, Mrs. Greenberg, she said to me, Erna, we have to pack. We have to make ready everything and we have to go the datum and everything, the time and everything to school. So I went out. I was so nervous. I went on the street and I was on the way. I met Steffi.
Talk about guardian angels, right?
Yeah, I met Steffi. And Steffi said, where are you going and where are you living? And I said, I'm working. I had still my job and I'm doing the buttonholes. And she said, I could use you. When you sew, you can come to me and you can work with me and you can eat with me, she said. And I said, okay, that's an opportunity, you know. I said, okay, when can I come? She said, tomorrow. I made everything ready.
When were you supposed to go to the school? Tomorrow.
And, yeah. I said nothing to nobody, not to Mrs. Greenberg. She said, are you going with me? I said, no, I'm not going with me because Stern, easy Stern.
Yeah, that's a friend from
Was
me.
a friend from them. He was my friend too.
Yeah.
He came to me and he did a lot of things for me. When it was where to go, he did a lot. He came on that day and I said, easy, I have to go. I got a card. Also bist nicht schiege, du wirst nicht gehen. Hast keinen Platz nicht wo, man versteckt sich, man wartet, man läuft nicht, sagt er. Man geht nicht so schnell.
He was pretty smart cooking.
And in the meantime, my mother and father was writing, I should come. They will share every bite with me and everything, and I should be with them because they had no idea.
They didn't know what was going
No.
on.
So I said to him, mother was writing, father soll kommen und soll kommen. Nu hast noch Zeit zu gehen dorthin. Dort hast Zeit, dort haben wir alle Zeit zu gehen. Ich sagte, schau, vielleicht kannst du bleiben ein paar Tage, vielleicht legt sich die Geschichte wieder, vielleicht hört's auf.
You mean all this while, there was always the hope that it would always settle
wird
down.
brechen im Kopf und wird testen und alles. So haben sie
They still
geredet.
were believing,
So
they still
haben sie
thought
geredet.
that it's gonna go
Ja.
over.
Ich weiß, die Tante hat gesagt,
Ja.
der hat schon weiße Nose und weiß ich, lauter solche Sachen. So, I went to Steffi. I went to her and I told her, listen, I don't know if she was that informed about the whole Geschichte. Sie hat gewusst, Hitler ist da, man verfolgt die Juden. Aber
Yeah, so
nicht, man bringt sie und das hat die Steffi nicht gewusst.
A lot of people didn't know
Neither
that.
didn't know,
Well,
they did not realize.
They didn't
So I
realize what
you
was
didn't
going on.
realize it yourselves.
Yeah.
No.
So I said, Steffi, I have to go. Ich habe die Karten gekriegt, ich muss dorthin gehen. I have to be there. And she said, aber komm zu mir, bleib bei mir. So she was in divorce and she was run down. She was so low in Ganzen that she needs somebody.
Mm-hmm.
She needs somebody. So she said, bleib bei mir, komm zu mir. And I said, you want me? I come tomorrow with a little,
Release.
that's all. And I will stay for a while and see what's going on in the meantime. Maybe es dreht sich das ganz
Maybe
schnell.
it will settle.
Maybe es
Yeah.
wird Zeit, maybe. So she said, and I said, now I have to tell you something. If you can promise and swear that you will nobody tell, not even your friend with whom you are sleeping here. Ich hab gewusst,
she had a
sie
boyfriend.
boyfriend. But not even him you have to tell. Who I am and what I'm doing here. You just said I'm visiting. And my husband is in the war. And I told her this every day. Every day, Steffi. She got a girlfriend, very close. Not your girlfriend. Not a neighbor. Nobody.
Nobody
That
should know
is
that she's
your
there.
secret. And it have to be till I go away from you.
So at this point, you stopped wearing your star.
So she said, all right, come. I stopped where I was in the factory, that was a factory. And I went to her, and she got in a bed in a little room. That where I was sleeping, after in a bed, and she was in her room.
What kind of a bed?
In a Rosa. Du weißt, was in a Bed. You opened it up.
Folding,
Castle.
folding.
Okay.
No, not a
Something
castle.
like it.
It is small and klein.
Okay, like a folding cot.
Yeah.
A folding cot
Yeah.
is right.
Yes. Und dort habe ich geschlafen.
Aufstellbett.
Aufstellbett, ja.
Yeah.
Dort hat sie mich lassen schlafen. And I was sewing with her all day long.
In her house?
In her house,
Yeah.
yeah. She got
So people who saw you assumed
Nobody saw
nobody
me.
saw you?
Nobody who should. She
Well,
went,
her boyfriend who?
her boyfriend saw me once in a while and knows that he was in the war. He was in the war, and I'm afraid of her.
I see.
And I come once in
So
a
in other
while.
words, you were passing. You were
Yeah.
passing as
Yeah.
not being Jewish.
I
Yeah.
come once in a while visiting her.
So basically, at this point, you kind of disappeared into the system.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
you had no papers that
no,
way.
I
baby,
had no
nothing.
did
I had no papers. I had no the Karten für die Lebensmittel.
No ration
No,
card or
No
whatever.
ration
You
cards.
know, that was a big thing. So I had a friend, the Mrs. Baker, Frau Beck, a Freundin from Bertha. She was still there, and we met once in a while secretly in some place with her. I met with Mrs. Beck, Frau Beck. She was still there because her husband was like the same. So she pushed it out when he would stay there. Maybe not, I don't know. It was Wild West. Es ist wacker.
Right.
Wild West.
No.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
funny
that was
analogy.
it, you know. So with the Mrs. Baker, I met her once a week, every Shabbos, at a rendezvous by the bridge,
Which bridge?
Brigitta-Brücke,
Hold everything. I can.
die Brigitta-Brücke. Da ist die Waldsteinstraße, da sind wir jedes Mal gegangen, die Waldsteinstraße. Und der Gerhardus.
Die Brigitta-Brücke geht bei der Alserbachstraße.
Yeah,
Hier ist die Alsbachstraße.
Ja, das,
That's
da
the
ist die Brücke.
Brücke.
Ja.
Ja, da ist der Alsergrund.
yeah, so.
Und da geht er über die Brigitta-Brücke in die Brigittenau. Und dort haben wir uns getroffen. Alles zu Fuß, immer gelaufen, mein Liebster.
From where? Where were
Also,
now? Where were you?
von 19
Where was this? Where were
Yeah.
you living on this map?
Steffi war
On this
in
map,
der
let's see.
Kreuzgasse.
Where? Welchen
Im
Bezirk?
18. In der
18. Bezirk
Kreuzgasse.
in der Währing.
In Währing, in der
Oh, das
Kreuzgasse.
ist Währing.
That's up here.
Dort.
Ja.
Von dort bin ich in die Brigittenau gegangen, jeden Samstag.
It's quite a walk.
Walking.
Walking, und dort haben wir uns getroffen. Und sie, die Frau Beck, ist mit mir gegangen, dorthin zu der Frau Frigo in der Gerhardusgasse im 20.
6.
Bezirk.
Bezirk.
That's over here.
Gerhardusgasse. Dort sind wir hingegangen, haben uns dort getroffen und besprochen, was es ist zu machen. Und da hat sie mir gesagt, sie hat noch nicht die Karte. Und ja, und da bin ich dann zu der Steffi gegangen und bin bei ihr gewesen und habe bei ihr gearbeitet. Und einmal in der Woche bin ich herausgegangen auf die Gasse. Einmal in der Woche zu der Frau Beck, Da haben wir uns getroffen, da bin ich gegangen zu der Frieger. Dort habe ich mir geholt meine Post, dort ist hingekommen
Dort
von
ist
der Mutter die
hingekommen,
Post.
Von der Mutter.
Und dort hat sie mir einmal, sie hat Händeln gehabt, ein Ei gegeben.
And so in all this time, you were living without your own ration card from
Without-
whatever Steffi could
Without,
feed you.
ja. So ihre Schwester, die Poldi, hat gebracht Essen, etwas immer. Ja.
How about, now you're talking about, we're talking in what, again, what year was this? 42 or were we in 43 already?
Es war schon 43.
That was, yeah, that
Yeah.
went in the 43.
Ja, ja. Das war schon
Sure.
43.
Were there, aside from the situation for the remaining handful of Jews, but for the general population, were there
Most
shortages?
of them
What
were
was,
No.
what was life like for the general population in Vienna in, let's say, for argument's sake, 43,
Not good.
compared to what it had been?
Not gut was life. Not gut, weil sie sind ihnen ja nicht gut gegangen.
Everything went to
Niemand
the
war
army.
gut gegangen.
Die Arme hat müssen versorgt werden.
So there were shortages.
Yeah, we
and,
did.
An allen, schaut an allen. Die Beute ist rausgefahren am Land, Hamstern,
Ja.
hat was gebracht herein vom Land, hat was
Von der Farm.
herausgetragen, hat was hergebracht. Ich bin da gegangen zu die Italiener und dort sind die, vom Camp war ein italienisches Camp, dort waren Boys. Die sind dort auch hingekommen und denen habe ich allerhand Sachen gebracht im Black Market. Und dadurch haben die mir was
Cigarettes.
zum Essen gegeben. die Boys.
So these boys were what, Italian soldiers?
No, das waren
Just Italians
das sind
that
von
were-
Italy. Die waren dort in einem Camp.
What
Die
kind of
was
camp?
nicht sind gegangen,
Die was
In
nicht
Krieg.
genommen sind geworden in the war.
die didn't
They
What
were
were
not
they?
soldiers.
I don't understand.
Italiener.
Well, they were Italians, but they were the Italians and the Germans were allies. So what kind of camp was it? This was a labor camp.
Es war kein Labour-Camp. No, sie haben gearbeitet. Mädels.
So it was a group of Italians that
Yeah.
were just working,
So
happened to be
die
working
haben
there.
von zu Haus gekriegt allerhand Öl und Grieß
I
und alles.
see.
Und so bin ich zu denen gegangen und habe ihnen gebracht, weiß ich. Hemden haben sie wollen und Socken haben sie wollen und ich bin
Exchange.
herumgegangen, betteln überall. Die Leute haben mir
It
gegeben.
didn't hurt to be cute, did it?
Nobody hat gewusst, wer ich bin. I was in hiding and I was not an der Oberfläche. Die ganzen Jahre. Niemand.
No one knew who you. Who were you? Did you change your name?
No. I don't had a name.
So you were nobody.
A
Nobody.
nobody.
No.
Yes, a nobody. Yes. Und trotzdem bin ich mit dem Auto und mit denen gegangen. Jeden
That's my
Samstag.
brother.
Hm?
That's your
Okay.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Saturday you went with.
Die haben uns immer
Zum
geholt.
Helden.
Wir sind
Right.
in die Gasthäuser. Dort hat man noch etwas gekriegt im Schleichhandel. Hat man etwas geholt, der Black Market.
So he done
Hat
the same
man
thing.
Essen gekriegt und in der Nacht, wenn es finster war, bin ich manchmal heraus und habe mich getroffen mit jemandem und wir haben
Were you scared?
I was scared. I was scared.
Were you more scared now thinking back on it than you were then?
No, I was scared and I was not scared because die Bomben sind gefallen Tag und Nacht.
When did that start? That's the
And
first
they
time you.
bombed-
Wait a minute. That's the first time you mentioned the bombs falling.
Die Bomben sind gefallen Tag und Nacht.
But when did that start?
Ja, wenn der Krieg hat angefangen. Wann
No,
hat
the
the
er-
war-
bombing, the bombing in
No.
Austria didn't start until much
It
later.
was probably in
Much
late
later,
43 or
yes.
something.
That was already,
That was
they
in
started in
This-
end
I
of
was already
42.
43.
No, not,
No, it was
not,
until like-
not in.
The English, they went as
Yeah,
far as
Possible.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
yes,
English
die
went as
Bomben
far as
sind
that. Oh,
gefallen.
yeah.
Und they all were scared, so I was scared too. That's all. They all were scared. Und alle sind sie im Keller herein. Dort, wenn die Bomben sind alle im Keller, nur ich nicht. Because I was not auf der Welt. I could not go in den Keller. Weil dort hätten mich Leute gesehen und gefragt, wo ist sie? I could not go. So I was in Steffis house. Steffis Haus haben wir so ein Tier gehabt wie das und ein Weidling aus, so wie das ist aus Mädel. Ein Mädel, das habe ich meinem Kopf gegeben
Oh, I think that's hysterical.
und bin hinter der Tür gestanden. Immer so,
Through the bombing.
through the bar. Every time.
Was there ever a close hit? I mean, obviously, wherever Steffi's building was never hit.
No, aber daneben ist es gehit worden. Und die Fenster unsere waren alle hin. Und die waren alle im Luftschutzkeller, das heißt Luftschutzkeller. Die waren alle, und der Otto auch, die waren alle dort. Und kaum haben sie gesagt, sie sind
So.
over, war der Otto der Erste
Behind the
bei
door.
mir. Der Erste bei mir, da hast du eine Zigarette. Sagst, was passiert? Bist ganz?
Ja.
Wow.
Bist noch ganz? Sag, er hat immer gesagt, dir Geschichte nichts. Ich weiß, dass dir Geschichte nichts hat. Sogar wenn die Russen gekommen sind, und die haben alle Mann vergewaltigt. Du bist so schier, die will not. They do you nothing. And they didn't. They didn't. Einmal hat mich einer gerufen, so ein Russ, und ich hab gesagt,
I'm married.
No kidding.
gegangen ist er. Hat noch nichts gemacht. Ja, nichts.
Were the Russians more,
Oh, die haben mir nicht gut gegeben, die Russians. Die haben zurückgezahlt ein bisschen. Yes.
They paid in.
Yeah.
They paid.
no, wait, wait a minute, the Austrians, you're saying,
Oh
paid.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that's why.
The Russians were rough. When did they enter the city?
After the
In 45.
Hitler. After
Yeah.
Hitler.
That was already 45.
So das
That was only after the
was,
war.
was dadurch, das sind kleine Episoden, die ich euch nur erzähle. Wir sind gegangen baden, zu der Beach.
Yeah.
Zu der Beach. Und ich habe nicht wollen mitgehen, ich habe Angst gehabt. So hat Otto gesagt, komm,
Where was there a beach that you went to?
Orchard
alte
Beach.
Donau.
No, Pop, Orchard Beach. Orchard Beach, no, the wrong country.
Alte Donau. Die alte Donau, das
You know, in between the
The
Donau
Donau Canal.
and that.
Uh-huh.
Das ist die
is a
alte
place.
Donau. Dort sind sie baden gegangen.
You mean
Jeden
the
Sonntag.
canal?
There you could go.
Bis dahin, wo
You
ich-
mean like a pool or
No, no, no,
or in
no,
the
no,
in
not that
on the
Okay.
river?
On the
No, it's
river.
on the river, yeah.
an der
Okay.
River,
On the
ja.
river.
Und der Otto hat mir so zugesetzt, komm, komm, it's good for you, come out, nobody knows you, nobody kennt you, komm. Ja, ich bin gegangen, wir gehen baden. Da war die Bridge, auch ein Bridge,
Yeah,
bei der
yeah.
alten Donau.
The last bridge.
Where would that be? Is that on the map?
The last bridge when you come from there.
Floridsdorf war das.
Floridsdorf-Fabriken.
Ja, Floridsdorf.
Ja, de Floridsdorf-fabriken.
Da hast du Floridsdorf.
Yeah.
Da war die Brücken.
Remember, that's where we went to play in that playground with the kids.
Und dort sind sie baden gegangen und auf einmal, wir schauen sie auf der Brücken herauf. Sag ich, Otto, was ist da drauf? Polizei. Und wir müssen rübergehen. Jeder müssen dort herübergehen.
There is no other way to go.
Das ist no other way. So einer ist da gestanden, einer ist da gestanden. Was macht man? Und jeder hat nur Ausweispapiere. Sonst gar nichts. Sie haben nichts gemacht.
You have to show
Ausweispapiere.
who you
noch.
are.
Your
Hab-
papers,
Hab
please.
ich Ausweispapiere? Was macht man jetzt?
Your own, that's what is the Ausweispapiere is what, identity papers?
Identity
card?
page, yeah.
Sag ich, Otto, du geh mal weg von mir. Ihr geht's alle weg von mir, weil wenn was ist, nimmt man die auch.
Ja. Ja.
Sag ich, ihr geht's weg von mir. So, der Otto ist rübergegangen, die Beute ist rübergegangen, die Steffi ist rübergegangen.
And you are still alone.
Und
there.
ich stehe, was macht man jetzt? Und der Otto teilt immer. Ja, dann denke ich mir, jetzt gehe ich herauf. Schau mir den an, wer da oben steht. Ich schau mir den an, sicher ein fescher junger Bursch. Steht dort. Und so wie er so steht, stelle ich mich so zu ihm hin. Und er tut, weil die Leute gehen alle bei ihm vorbei. Und ich sage, was macht ihr da? Was macht ihr da?
What are you doing here?
I understand.
Ja, schau. Sagt er. Ah, das sind Razzia. Razzia. Police. Ist eine Razzia. Oh, sag ich. Wegen was macht sie das? Sagt er, wegen die Juden. Weil, wenn wir einen Juden da erwischen. Oh, sagt er, ah, Sie wissen nichts von dem. Sag ich, nein, Gott sei Dank.
You don't know from nothing.
Ich weiß von denen nichts, sag ich. Ich weiß, dass, wenn man jung ist, will man ein gut Time haben. Habe ich zu ihm gesagt. Sagt er, das ist wahr, aber wir, sag ich nicht, wenn man da steht, wir können uns treffen nachher,
You want to have a date?
wenn das vorbei ist. Sagt er, sag ich warte am anderen Ende.
I'm gonna wait at the other end.
Ich warte am anderen Ende.
Dadurch ist sie durchgekommen.
Sagt er, geh. Warte am anderen Ende. Und schon bin ich gegangen, derweil ist der Otto schon herumgegangen, hat mich schon beobachtet. Und er war schon hinter mir und er sagt, da kommt der Tramway, steigen wir schon ein in das Sapfel. Steig ein. Und ich bin reingestiegen.
A streetcar.
Backwards.
Weg war ich.
It's
Take right
not
out
easy
of
to
it.
get along.
Well, it didn't hurt to be cute and flirtatious, I'm telling you that.
Und da ich war bei der Steffi einmal. Da habe ich gehabt von der Mutter Papiere und allerhand noch in meiner Wohnung. Und derjenige, der in der Wohnung war auch, den die Wohnung eigentlich war, ein Jude auch gehört hat, der hat kriegt auch die Karten.
Yeah,
Und da hat es keine. Die, was
the curtain.
die Karten haben und nicht gehen, sollen sie die Leute melden, wenn sie einen wissen. So er hat gehabt die Karten und er hat gewusst, ich hab's auch. Und da habe ich ihm gesagt, er soll mir die Papiere rausgeben, was ich drin habe von der Mutter, Fotos und so Sachen, die ich wollen hab, gern haben. Hat er gesagt, ja, er trifft mich dort und bringt mir die Papiere und ich soll dort und dort hinkommen. Da war ich schon bei der Steffi. Und ich habe mich angezogen, es war mir nicht gut am Herzen. Mit ihm sich zu treffen dort auf der Gasse, es war mir nicht alles eins. Und ja, ich habe aber die Papiere haben wollen, bin doch gegangen. Und die Steffi, die hat gleich zum Warnen angefangen, dann ich bin weggegangen. Geh nicht und du brauchst es nicht und bleib da und wenn da was passiert. Und also sage ich, ich werde schon wieder kommen. Ich bin gegangen. Ich gehe die Kreuzgassen, die Gassen und dabei habe ich nicht gehört gut. Ich konnte nicht hier weil. So bin ich gegangen, ein Stückel herunter die Kreuzgassen und auf einmal Blackout. In der Straße, Kurzschluss über ganz Wien.
A blackout.
Und ich stehe dort mitten auf der Gasse. Wo soll ich hin? Where to go? I cannot go anywhere. So, ich habe mich angehalten an die Häuser. Hab gewusst, beiläufig 7, 8 Häuser. Beiläufig. Habe ich getappt neben die Häuser und bin zurück.
Zum
So,
Haus.
aber die Haustore waren alle gesperrt,
Gesperrt.
alles war wir haben ein Fenster gehabt. Das war nicht zu hoch, so ich habe geklopft auf das Fenster. Die Steffi ist gekommen und hat mich hereinlassen. Sagt, was ist geschehen? Sag ich, du hast kein Licht, niemand hat Licht. Ich kann auf der Gasse nicht gehen, ich habe kein Licht. Und dann habe ich erfahren, dass derjenige ist hingekommen mit der Polizei dort. because Erdkunst.
Now you left, it was 38, right? And you went to Sweden
Yeah,
because of this
yeah.
client.
Yeah,
Now, do I remember correctly that the two of you got divorced legally?
yeah.
Okay, now, no, you got the, well, that was, I don't know what page I read this in, but I read this here because I think this is very interesting.
Now she's
in
coming to
terms.
the,
No, this is. I don't remember where it was, but it was a remarkable number of people who were divorced and reconverted. Over 1,700 Jews, quote unquote, converted to Catholicism during the first 5 months following the Anschluss. Most were former Catholic women who had converted to Judaism to marry Jewish men and who now went back to the church in hopes of saving not only themselves but their families. So it's technically it's the exact same, it's just the reverse. And somewhere else in the book they do talk about the fact that Jewish Jewish women who had converted to Catholicism to marry Christian men were not quite frowned upon as much as the other way around.
Yeah.
And
Manches sind ja
We
wieder
bought it more than men's than the
zurückgegangen,
women.
Right,
aber um sich zu retten.
Sure.
but now you go off to Sweden,
Yeah,
and it's 1938, and you stay in Sweden,
yeah.
and
A
what do
year.
you stay in Sweden doing what?
Doing-
Working? You're a visitor. You go ostensibly as a
Well,
visitor.
I helped him a little bit. He was a chiropodist. I
Uh-huh.
helped him with the feet.
Uh-huh.
And then later on
He was not too long there.
later on in Granfors.
In
I
where?
was Granfors. This
Other
Sweden.
Okay.
He was not long there.
There I
in
had
Sweden.
fixed the feet for the people there.
Okay.
You work for yourself.
Yeah, sure.
But you spent this time in Sweden.
In
right?
Sweden, yeah.
As a visitor or as a what?
As a refugee.
Okay, so
They
and then
didn't,
were they tolerant of you? I mean,
They
did
didn't
You
they?
had to report every 3 months.
Yeah.
If if the policeman didn't like you, go back. It's
Now
up
at
to you.
this point, the Germans had not yet conquered Norway and
No.
Denmark and because
Oh,
I guess the question of why did you leave Sweden? Because the person I was
Because
why he left? Because he wants to go to America.
okay.
That
Sure,
was the reason.
that's the reason.
The reason.
We all-
Well, no,
the hoping that we all
it
gonna
was
be
a
here.
question
He
that
could not stay there. He could not stay here. They wouldn't let him stay there for permanent.
If you have enough money,
Only,
back to that.
then you can stay.
no.
Uh-huh.
He
But
could
work,
not. No,
Okay,
he could
okay,
not
so you
stay.
couldn't get a
You-
work
you-
permit per
no,
se.
but you could work for yourself from your house or from your apartment.
Okay, you couldn't get a job working for
Oh,
somebody.
no.
But
You
it's,
couldn't.
if you work for yourself,
No.
nobody knows about it,
Yeah.
basically.
Nobody knows about it.
You know.
Mhm.
No, no.
Okay, so now the goal was
He
to
got
get,
not a
the goal-
permit to stay. He got only temporary.
3 months.
I see,
No.
okay. Now, the reason I asked that, the person I was speaking to asked the question because he had been married to a Norwegian woman whose parents, who were Jewish, by whatever coincidence of life there is, and during the war they had gone to Sweden to survive. And then
From
eventually,
Norway.
from Norway, and then
Yeah.
they eventually went back home to Norway. But I was led to believe that they were quite well to do, so that would explain the fact that they were able to do that,
Yeah.
or that was a factor. Okay, so
Right.
now,
Then it was easier for a Norwegian or for a Danish or a Finnish to go to Sweden. They're still brothers.
question is, you go to Sweden and you stay there for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then I had to
Don't
go
worry.
to the police
Yeah,
and go
okay, but how long were you then in Sweden?
a year and a half.
So, you headed out of Sweden in, what, 1940?
1941.
1941. So
Yeah.
the war had in fact already begun by then.
Yeah.
Okay, and now where do you go?
Well, I was lucky. I had the help from the Baroness.
Mhm.
They helped me to get the ticket.
What baroness?
This is a Baroness.
Okay.
She was one, her people came from
Rich
Czechoslovakia.
people who helped him.
And she was
Det var en
Sweden.
Money har det kvar. Det har man mycket.
All right, he was working, he was
Yeah, well,
making.
I want to hear it from him. I've heard your version for years. I want to hear it direct.
So they helped me to get the ticket.
The ticket to where?
Airport, to Russia, through Russia.
To where?
Through Russia.
But where did you go? Where?
On
From,
train.
From Sweden.
By, what is this,
from
by
Sweden
train?
to where?
From Sweden by plane to Kiev, from Kiev to Vladivostok, from Vladivostok to Manila.
So you went
You
by
went
plane?
from, you
Koste
flew.
på oss.
I flew, yes.
You flew from,
Yeah, they had
From
a ticket.
Sweden?
Yeah, they had a ticket for me to fly over England,
from,
over Norway to England first.
right?
But the plane I came with the train from northern Sweden took too long, and the plane left.
You wind up flying from Stockholm out to,
To Kiev, because
Kiev.
the plane, I was lucky, the plane got shut down over Norway.
okay, so now
So the
you,
plane you missed,
The plane I missed
how did you
Gotcha.
find that out?
on the plane
Great fun. So now you fly to Kiev, and from Kiev you fly
to Moscow.
to Moscow.
Yeah,
There wasn't any trouble doing this?
no, was no war yet in Russia.
Okay.
And then I took the train from
This is when? 42?
41,
41.
just before they started in.
oh,
Just before. I
So what
just
was
made
that,
it.
the summer of 41?
Yeah, I just made it.
it's the summer of
Yeah, that was
41.
it.
Yeah.
I came here in July 31st,
It's
and it took me 2 months to come.
Yeah, I
So
know.
it's June.
I know, but
Don't
In
worry,
May.
she's not gonna get a short shrift.
she's also
Ah.
In May,
You vet
Wait a minute, wait a minute. I can't
in
follow.
April,
April of 41?
from
Oh, yeah.
April 41.
So you left Sweden in April of 41,
Yeah,
and you flew from Stockholm to
To Kiev.
Kiev, and from Kiev to Moscow.
From Moscow, I took a train 9 days and 9 days, nights to Vladivostok,
That's the,
Siberia.
the Trans-Siberian
Yeah.
Express.
Yes.
Son of a gun. From Vladivostok,
I
you
took a
were
boat to Manila, 3 days.
to Manila. That's now what, when is this now? We're still in,
This
We're still in July, July
No,
of,
July was already here.
oh, so in
Yeah,
June.
that was May. It was already May. It took me 2 months to get here.
okay. But you
I was
had
30 days on the boat
from Manila,
from Manila.
and you arrived here in July 41.
41. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually before the war.
Oh, yeah.
I was under the impression that it was after the war.
No,
Oh,
before
okay.
the war. That's why my luck. Because if the war starts early, I
Yeah.
would have got stuck in Russia.
Ah. But you had no trouble getting an entrance visa to come here.
No, no.
That
I
was, the
had everything
quota was not a problem.
Everything settled.
But no, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Who?
Gas made the affidavit.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
he sent the
Okay.
affidavit from Rubin. It was a coal handler here in Springfield. Coal and
I
oil.
see.
He gave
I
him the
see.
affidavit.
Now, these affidavits, let me get something straight about these affidavits. An individual would send the affidavit, but somebody had to back it up with information about a job or something
No,
like that?
no,
Well,
as
who
long
was
as
Reuben?
Reuben is a businessman. He was a businessman.
Well, how was he connected with the affidavit then, substantiating the wealth or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
he had to show he had enough to support me.
So Reuben was the one who was swearing
Yeah,
that.
he
So
supported me.
Gus got Reuben to send you an affidavit.
Yes.
I got it. United States to send you an affidavit. Was
No.
that what it was?
Yeah.
But couldn't you have gone to the United States on a visitor visa just the same as you
No.
had gone to Sweden on a visitor visa? Why not?
I would have to get the permission from the military.
Until we got the
Oh. Oh, in other
But
words, you
to
were.
Sweden I could go on vacation.
In other words, the Germans allowed you to go to Sweden
Yeah,
on
just
vacation,
a
but
short
they
time.
wouldn't allow you to go to
No,
the United
that's
States on
fine.
vacation because you were draft eligible.
Yeah.
Ah,
Even though I was fighting.
Well, it's the same thing as here. They don't.
I
They don't.
said-
If you're.
I said, I'm not a German. I'm a Czechoslovak. You're German. That's,
I see.
so
I
they couldn't
see.
say nothing anymore.
So you are now trapped
Yeah,
in a relatively small number of countries that you could have gone to, and you chose Sweden because
Yeah.
of Miss Amstel, who chose
Yeah.
you because he saw potential
yeah.
tapping of wealth, okay. So he now offers you this passage and,
Yeah.
now, the price of your airline ticket from Sweden to Russia and from Russia to Vladivostok down to Manila and back to the United States could not have been a cheap ticket. It
No.
certainly wouldn't have been a cheap ticket today. Where did that money come from?
Well, I brought with me. And Erna gave him separate money.
Who, Amstel?
Yeah,
And so
I
that
brought
money
with me.
came from,
that's what I had.
okay,
I
so
could
that's
take it.
money, okay.
But that's what he had. And the jewels, that was.
So the moral of the story is always
Yeah.
have enough money liquid.
Yeah.
How did you get a hold of that money? You just were able to go to the bank and take it out?
No.
No, I mean initially, you carry your wad with you like that all the time?
Oh,
No, I'm saying if God forbid, no seriously, I put myself in a situation like that. If God forbid I were in a situation where I had to get myself an airline ticket
Yeah.
to 3/4
You
of the
know,
way around
sometimes
the
you think
world,
it was
I don't know that I
might be
could lay
okay.
my money,
But
hands on that kind
I
of
went
money.
there with him, you have to take a boat to go to Sweden.
Yeah.
So I go with him on the boat. Nobody asks you something. He said, oh, you go to visit. Welcome.
Yeah, but the point is
That's all.
that you knew enough to take all this
Yeah,
cash
but
with
they
you.
don't,
I'm not saying that they would have taken it away from you, but that you were able to get a hold of that kind of money. That
Well,
you
it was-
had access to it.
we
That it was
were working all
available.
the- We were working all the time, no, before.
No, but I guess the fact of it is that I'm working all the time too, and I don't think I could put my hands on that kind of cash. I mean, you're talking percentage-wise a great deal of cash,
Yeah.
and at a time when people didn't have cash. So
That's one thing is that we always had it. We made $10,
and you save 9.
we save 9.
Look,
Mind-boggling. Can you zero in on that?
Das ist sowieso
Ah,
mal gesehen, was
was
hat heraufgebracht auf einer Karte.
Yeah.
Das ist vom 42er.
hold on a second. Don't do anything yet else.
Da hast du. Das war das 42er. Habe heute das Gewünschte erhalten, schreibt er. Mit großer Sehnsucht, wofür wir sich herzlich bedanken. Wir sind Gottlob gesund und hoffen dasselbe von dir. Nur die
This is from 1942.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when you lean forward,
Yeah.
what happens is you
Okay.
move your hand.
Nur die Schuhe nämlich hat nicht bekommen, die ich hereingelegt habe. Sonst war alles in Ordnung.
But they were sent away in 41 already.
No, but this is from where they were
42.
sent to.
Das ist von 42, da hast
This is from 41, schreibt da der Vater.
Ja.
Er schreibt da, das ist die neue Adresse. Bitte um baldige, gute Briefe. Unsere Adresse lautet Baron, Pan Baron Jan St. Pietro, Smilov, Gmina,
Das
Czestowice.
habe ich nicht gehabt.
See this?
Das habe ich
Ja.
nicht gehabt.
General Government.
No.
This
Das
is from
habe ich nicht gehabt.
1941.
Da schreibt sie, zu den lieben Peppi kann ich leider nicht schreiben, da ich keine Post da keine Post von uns dorthin geht.
That's probably, he had a, I'll bet you anything that he had to give you a
Infolgedessen
false address.
bist du die Einzige, die von dort Post bekommt, schreibt er.
Do you understand what, does that make sense? Is it possible that they went someplace where they could write to this person and to anybody else they could not, and that they sent you a false address so that they wouldn't be receiving mail from you, that they were in some kind of danger getting mail from
But
you?
this address is in Poland.
Ja.
Ostrowice.
Did you ever send anything to that address and have it get to them?
I sent it to this address and they never got anything.
That's what
Here.
I'm saying.
Here, that's where I sent the money to.
Papa, do you realize what I mean? Is it possible that he gave you a false address deliberately,
I don't know.
given what you're saying here when you're reading in this letter that he can't, that you're the only one he
Yeah.
may write to, that he may have been in jeopardy if he got mail sent to him. Isn't that possible?
Wo züttelt er sich denn da raus so ein Adress? This is a original address. He must have known somebody there. They must have told him where he's going to those
No,
people.
no, you don't understand what I mean. It's possible that he thought that he might be able to get the mail by having it sent there. You have no way of knowing. I mean, look at this. I mean, if you look at these addresses, how it would, you know, you're thinking with two American
Do you have an
ahead
address here where he's going to? No. You didn't write any address.
No.
Where
But
did
here
you
I
write
got
to
an
him?
address.
No.
Where did you write to when you wrote to him?
You know, to
No, I cannot remember where I was writing to him. He was private, as he told me, it's private. Private.
Well, this is
By
a private address
Yeah.
in Poland.
Private by people.
Yeah, but you know, it's possible that that was in fact the address, but that he
That's it.
was not allowed to
Yeah, das
receive
ist
mail from
herumgegangen.
you. And
Das ist
therefore,
herumgegangen.
it didn't get to him and it went back home, back to you. Whereas he
That
was
could be,
allowed to
yes.
receive mail from Vienna.
That could be.
Er schreibt nämlich den Weizengericht.
What's Weizengericht?
From
Farina.
Wheatman.
Oh, farina.
Farina.
Okay.
War sehr wenig. Es war ihnen nämlich zu wenig. Und die Marmelade hat sich unanständig benommen. Ausgeschüttet auf ein Hemd.
Here you have the date on. August the 16th, 1941.
41.
That's when that's where they
I
got to send the
have
money out.
42. I have 23.8. This is August.
Who knows who got the money there?
42. Who knows? Who knows, wer die Packung hat nachher gestohlen.